Okay, hi guys. All right, so what are we doing today? We are gonna show you. I'm gonna show you guys. We. Okay, it's been a while. Anyway, I'm gonna show you guys how I prepare like to eat healthy. Things that I do to prep myself. Because this is like step one. I'm gonna film the entire video, which will be myself making a vegetable wrap. And I know that sounds very easy, but what I want to do is show people exactly how easy it is. Because some people feel like I think it's a little more difficult than what it is, and it's really simple, guys. And it's definitely a way to be able to eat healthier. And the goal nowadays is to try to eat healthy. So I want to kind of show you guys what I do, and maybe it'll be helpful for someone. So first, let me show you what I'm working with. I've got a cucumber, and this is an English cucumber. I do like them because they are individually wrapped, but any cucumber works because right now what I have in the fridge is some the small cucumbers that I'm going to use. Got a carrot. I've already cleaned that. I've got a red or purple onion, whatever your preference is. I have a green pepper, which I need to wash that. And then what else? And then I have an avocado that I'm thinking it's probably, I don't think it's going to be, I don't think it's quite ready, but I'm gonna have to cut it anyway because I want an avocado. So anywho, but that's what I have there. And then in here, and this was something I wanted to share with you guys too. If you've not seen my video, I do have an unboxing video for Temu, and I purchased this from Temu, and it's a great way to store your already cut vegetables, so it keeps them fresh in here. And so you don't really have to worry about my thing. What I'm wanting to show you today is that cut your vegetables up at the beginning of the week. Today's Sunday. I'm only going to cut up enough for a couple of days, but cut up some vegetables, put it down in here, which was my purpose in purchasing this. And that way, whenever you feel like you're hungry and you want a snack, a wrap is really simple. It's really quick. A wrap, veggie pizzas. I do that with these toppings. You can do what else? I don't want to think too long, but you can do a lot of little different things. A little stir fry you can put together. But I'll show you. I'm going to show you like how I use these throughout the week. But one of the quickest, simplest things to do is to have these cut up, pre-cut already, so that, because for me the big frustration was coming into the kitchen and knowing I got to cut everything up. It was like, and so you be looking for something quick and it's like, don't do it. So I was like, what can I do to help me on this journey? And this was one of the things that I did, and this is very inexpensive, guys. So just, I mean, it's a thought if you are interested in trying to do something to help make it easier for you to eat healthy. So anywho, in here I already have some red pepper, cucumber, so I guess I may not have to cut anymore, and then I have a red onion. So I'm just going to cut these up. And this was from the other day when I was just cutting up something real quick, and I was like, I know I'll get back to this. So yeah, that's what this is. So anywho, let's go ahead and we're going to cut up some vegetables, get them tucked away in here, and I'll show you guys in the next clip how I put together a sandwich or a wrap. Yeah, and it's really tasty. I mean, everyone here eats the wraps. When I make the wraps, I have no problems with anyone tasting them or wanting to eat them. There's never an issue. Everybody eats the wraps. So I would definitely recommend it. So anywho, let's go ahead and get started. I want to go ahead and get this carrot cut. And what I do with my carrots is usually I'll cut it in half, and then I didn't get all of that off. Cut them in half and then shred them or cut them into matchsticks, And today I think I'm going to cut them into matchsticks, just because it does help add an extra little crunch to your sandwich. And I find that that makes the wraps a lot nicer when you have that little crunch in there. And so these are the vegetables that these are some of the vegetables that you can use for your wrap. And I'll give you another little suggestion as well as to what I do to make things easier for myself. Is I have like a whiteboard on my fridge, and what I do is what I've done is I've wrote down on there ingredients for things like my bowl. When I want to make a bowl, I have just ingredients written up there that I like that goes in bowls, and also the same thing for my wraps. And that helps so much, because even with this, I was like, I had just ran to the store and picked up some vegetables for the week, and I was like, okay, what am I going to put in my wrap? And I just looked up on my board, and I was like, okay, I got all that. Let's use that. And yeah, and then this is not all the ingredients now, so don't think this is it. Now you got to make it tasty. So I put more into my wraps, but you'll have to see that on the video where I actually put the wrap together. But this video is just to show you guys how to prep for your vegetable, for your veggie wraps, salads, veggie pizzas. So this is just ways to prep those vegetables so that you don't have to, you know, be stressed about doing that. And then that takes away from your trying to stick to a particular health regimen. And for me, like I said, the only way that it works for me with my schedule, because a lot of times, you know, I'm at work because I do work from home now, but when I'm working, it's like I can't afford to be off of to be on lunch break long enough to, even though you're home, you still got to respect the fact that you're at work. So I can't be tied up trying to cut vegetables and make a sandwich, because realistically you wouldn't be doing that if you were working in the office. So I have to be mindful of that, and so that's why I started, you know, trying to come up with ways that I can have this stuff pre-cut and to keep it, because Lord knows I've tried everything. Like the first thing I tried was putting everything in Ziploc bags. And let me know down in the comment section if you're someone that's did that. Did you have you ever tried to like cut up your vegetables or whatever and then store them in Ziploc freezer bags, you know, with the hopes that they're gonna stay fresh until you need them or what have you? Well, I learned that that doesn't really work. I feel like you guys are crooked. Give me a second, because this video is going to be crooked. Y'all don't mind me. I'm trying to get back in the swing of filming. It's been a while. So your girl trying to get back in the swing of it. And in the process here, I think I'm, you know, I'm going to have some bumps and bruises until I get back in the swing of things. But anywho, we got the carrots cut up. So yeah, and then these peppers, let's go ahead and cut these red peppers up, because that was what my intention was to come back and get these cut up. Because if you have not tried it, now if you're someone that can eat peppers, I know you got some people that say, oh, I can't eat the red or the yellow peppers. I only like the green peppers, which I don't understand that, but okay. I think it's more of a, you know, you just get used to eating the green ones, so you think that the red ones are nasty or whatever. But the red ones actually add a layer of, not too much, but a little hint of sweetness to your sandwich. you know, and then you still have that crunch, and it still tastes like a pepper. Like, I don't know. It just tastes like a slightly sweeter pepper. Yeah, but to me it tastes just as good. I don't eat the yellow as much. I don't know why. I'll eat it like if I don't, oops, excuse me. I don't necessarily purchase it to eat like in my sandwiches and things so much. Now, if I make a dish that takes peppers and you're trying to have peppers for color, then of course I'll use yellow. But just to like go in a sandwich or on a salad, typically I don't, and I don't really have a reason for that. All right, this is my cucumber. My cucumber look like he ain't do too good. He ain't do bad, but I always cut off, and some people may call it wasteful. I do not, because you're using it. Otherwise, you might not use it. So, but anywho, I cut off that piece that was exposed to the air the longest, just because I, you know, still like my stuff to be a little fresh. But yeah, so we will cut up a little bit more cucumber, and then I'm gonna grab up some. Let's go ahead and do this onion. And I'll tell you too, people with avocados, because I'll tell you this was a thing for me, because I love avocado, but I hate the fact that they always go bad, even if you put them in the fridge, because you don't really, you know, if you don't know, you don't know. What I learned, and I'm giving y'all a pro tip here, what I learned was that for that avocado, all you have to do, if you cut it in half, now if I put it in this thing here, it stays as long as I put an onion in there. It'll stay in there. Now I don't know, I haven't tried it without putting the onion in there, because I usually always have some onions cut in there. But they say if you store it in a container, a Ziploc bag, whatever, once you've cut it, like if you have that extra half of the avocado, if you store it in a Ziploc bag, just put half an onion in there with it, a red onion, and that will prevent it from going bad so quick. Pro tip, pro tip. But yeah, I thought that was so helpful when I heard that. And I can't even remember where I heard that, but that was like some information to have, because I'm always constantly, well, I used to always be wasting like that second half of the avocado, because sometimes I wouldn't get back to it fast enough. So yeah, and I'll take off the first layer of the onion. If you don't, so be it. I do it just because I feel more comfortable doing that. I don't really like to eat little spots or anything that I see that, I mean, I just rather take it off. So I'll take off that first layer of the onion, but you don't have to do that. And I don't do it all the time, but sometimes I do. But yeah, I have learned that if I store my veggies in this little container here, or just store them the best way you can until you can get one, it makes it a lot easier for you to eat healthy. And for those folks that say that you can't eat healthy because it's too expensive, that is not true at all. That's definitely not true. I feel better when I'm not consuming a lot of meat. So I try to eat more of a plant-based diet now that I know better. I'm not 100%. You will still see me consume meat sometimes, but I try to limit it to, if I'm going to do it, maybe once a week, for now. I may end up completely eliminating meat from my diet, but right now I still consume a little bit of meat, and it's mainly chicken and fish. And if I eat any other type of meat, I just try to make sure it's a very it's as clean as possible, that I don't just purchase it from anywhere. And that too makes you consume less meat when you look at it that way. And meat is your most expensive portion to your diet anyway. I mean, when I cut out meat, I'm like, girl, girl, look at all this extra money. You can buy you some more vegetables. So yeah. But to me, it does open the door up for you to have more money, because meat is expensive as well. Now, the tricky part, of course, is the protein, and we're not going to visit that in this video, but that's probably the trickiest part to it. But that's all in your mind. People tell you that, but you can get as much protein from your fruits, if not more, from your vegetables. So, and then, you know, eating beans, consuming some beans, that's good for your diet anyway. You always were supposed to eat beans anyway, for a proper diet, balanced diet. So, yeah, that's just, you know, me now looking at things a lot differently, because I tried the no meat. I went like 45 days, I believe, with no meat. I believe it was right at 45 days, if not 45, if not longer. But I was enjoying it, which was shocking. But, you know, I still had the taste for certain things, you know. And so, but I do know that when I was not eating meat for those 45 days, I felt amazing. I can tell you I felt amazing. So that's why now I don't want to go back to eating meat full-fledged anymore, because I know how good I felt or feel without it.
And when I say no meat, I mean I was vegan for the 45 days.
And then now, with the way things are going, honey, it's probably better for folk to look at trying to go limit the amount of meat you eat anyway. So that's not enough cucumber for me, so I'm going to cut another piece off of here. And this is what I do with this one too, that I like, is that you're able to just kind of keep working on it, and then I just wrap it up and put it back. You know, I'll finish wrapping it off camera, but let me clean this. Okay, and all my vegetables, I wash with white vinegar, and then rinse them. So I'm gonna do matchsticks on these this time. Last time I did, I think I cut them round last time. But that's the fun of it. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do. And I got this little chopper. I need to use that thing too. But yeah, you just cut it to how you like it. You know, it makes it a little easier when you're doing a wrap sometimes to have the matchsticks. I think I'm gonna leave these like this. And that's the other thing. However you cut things, you can still pull it out of here later and change how you cut it. Like I may just do it like this next time or something, you know. But anyhow, it doesn't have to be, the way you cut it doesn't have to be the way you choose to consume it when you're ready to eat it, you know. You may want to cut it up a little finer, but you at least have a start. You know, you got some type of foundation here, so that you're not having to, you know, like I said, rush in a pinch or something, in a pinch trying to get some vegetables cut up. And I'll show you this. I'm just kind of loading everything into our container. I don't know if these carrots, they're a little tall. I hope it closes up in here. So I love this. Like, this to me is like absolutely amazing to be able to just have access to my veggies and stuff so easy. And then if you're just looking for a snack, you can just open that up and come in there, and you just open it, come into the fridge, open it up, and grab you up some cucumber or celery, because that's the next thing I need to cut up and put in here. But you can, you can do that. All right, and then let me look. I'm thinking this is the best avocado I got. Let me see if I happen to see one that looks a little different. Zeus is barking. Hey, hey, hey! Okay. All right, so now I think that's everything I wanted to put in there. Yeah. Now, now let's see about this avocado. I'm making like I'm ready to cut this thing straight through or something. Girl, what were you thinking? Okay. All right, let's see. It looks like it's not quite ripe enough. Oh, crap. They say, I think, is it that you can put it in the microwave or something to ripen it up? I don't really want to do that. Yeah, this must be very, very unripened. Oh, look at that. That's... So this is gonna... It's nowhere near right. I mean, I knew it, but I had already cut into it, so I had to finish cutting it. So what I'm gonna do in this case is I'm gonna put it in a Ziploc bag. And I know that that'll make it ripen up fast, quicker. And I'm wondering about these ones that I purchased. Do I take them out of the refrigerator? I think I need to take them out of the refrigerator, because I got them in the refrigerator, so I'm gonna take them out. Because honey, I'm still learning. We go through trial and error all the time with these vegetables. So you're not the only person or people if you're running into those issues. Most people, you don't know, if you're not used to eating raw vegetables a lot, the best way to store them. So I've been purchasing little different, items to kind of help me out along this journey. And I'll share them with you guys, as I get them and start using them, so that it may be helpful for someone else. I'm sorry about the noise. Folks are home now. So, but anywho, so so I'll share that with you guys, because I feel like it will be helpful for people who are just starting out on this type of journey, and you're wanting just to know the basics to kind of help you, help guide you, get you started. That's kind of what I want to share with you guys, because I'm just now getting started myself. So, I mean, I feel like, my trial and error, may be helpful for someone else. And so I'm going to share that with you. And that's why I'm sharing my little recipes and the different ways I come up with making things to help me to eat healthy. I want to share that with you guys, because I feel like it will be, beneficial to someone else who's starting this journey, or, doing it for health reasons, doing it for whatever reason. But for me, I feel like the older you get, hey, you got to start, cutting back on some of that foolishness you could do when you were younger. So, so that's kind of where I am. I've got to cut down on some of that foolishness I was doing when I was younger, eating any and everything, and, whatever. And I just got to, clean my system out, get things, back toned up, and, you know, kind of get yourself back in shape because you want to age gracefully. So yeah. So anywho, this is my little container. We got it all filled up, guys. So when I get ready to make my wrap tonight, all I'll do is grab up my other ingredient that I put in here, other ingredients, and they're already like prepackaged things, but you'll see what they are. And so I just pull those out, grab this, and make a wrap. It's like 10 minutes once you get this done. I'm telling you, you can do it. You can do it. So anyway, that will be it for this video, I guess. I gotta go over here. I got some chicken soaking for the family with some orange and lemon in it to disinfect. So we'll get that finished up for them, and then I'll have my wrap and figure out what they want for a side and make that, and that'll be dinner for tonight. So anyway, that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and yeah, and this is cheap. There's no reason to not get one. It's very inexpensive. I think it's less than $10 for sure. So it's no reason to not have it if you want to try to eat healthier, and this will help you along that journey. So all right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great work week. All right.